Well, it's Tuesday, the second day or the first long day of the GOP convention here in Tampa, Florida, and we continue our conversations with delegates about their experiences. And we are joined by two who are in the Tampa Bay Times Forum now, Joseph Brannan of Georgia and Kristen Vander-Plas of Texas. Kristen, first of all, tell us where you are and what's going on.
Well, I am on the upper deck. I actually just stepped outside, so maybe it wouldn't be quite so noisy for you guys. But I am in the alternate seating for Texas, which is directly behind stage left and directly behind where the Texas delegation is on the floor.
Could you pan your camera around so we can kind of see where you are and get a sense?
I'm actually just in a stairwell right now, so
Oh,
the ambient
okay.
noises are really bad.
Well, we appreciate your stepping into the stairwell. We also want to show you where Joseph Brannan is of Georgia. Joseph, where are you seated right now?
Hey, guys.
Hi, Joseph. Where are you right now, Joseph?
I'm sitting in the alternate seating for Georgia, overlooking the floor. We're basically, you're standing up on the stage, look straight to the right, and that's where we are. They're actually right next to the Texas alternates.
And the convention is currently going on, correct?
That's correct. The committees are meeting to do their business, and while that's going on, they're having speakers like our YRNF chair is about to get up and speak. The College Republicans chair just spoke. So just got a bunch of good speeches right now.
So what's been your experience this last couple of hours there?
For me, fortunately, I stayed dry. I know a lot of the folks in my group had to run into the forum making a dash because of the rainstorm that blew through for a little bit. So fortunately, we're dry. We had our governor threw an event, a lunch for us before coming over here, so we did that and then came over to the forum.
Kristen Vander-Plas, you had talked with us earlier about the rules and the platform committees and how important those were to you. What's the status of those?
Well, from what we hear from our people on the committees, I believe the Rules Committee just passed their report to bring it out on the floor for that vote sometime later this afternoon. We haven't heard any updates from the platform committee, but that's expected to pass as well. So,
have you heard any updates? What kind of rumors or gossip or discussions are going on the floor right now?
Well, a lot of people are happy. Like I mentioned this morning, explained about Rule 16, that's gone. But I'm hearing that there's still a lot of people trying to stage a floor fight over Rule 12 and just try to ditch the entire new rule. So we'll see what happens.
And what is Rule 12, Kristen?
Rule 12 states that the RNC can change the rules between conventions. So people are worried that the RNC can change rules to something that would infringe on delegates' rights and such between conventions without us having to vote on it.
Joseph Brannan, which speaker are you most looking forward to hearing tonight?
Well, actually, I don't remember who are the big folks tonight.
Ann Romney, Chris Christie.
Oh, Chris Christie, definitely. I mean, I definitely want to hear from Ann, but Chris Christie, definitely. I'm curious to see what one-liner he comes out with today.
Now, Joseph Brannan, this convention today is from 2 p.m. to at least 10 p.m. tonight. Are you going to be in the hall that entire time?
For the most part, I'll sneak out and get something to eat, and then I think after that, there's some other after-party events that we'll try and make it to as well. So we're just going on into the night.
Now, what time does your day begin tomorrow?
I think we get back over here. We get back on a more normal schedule, and we can leave our hotel about 4 on the bus system to get over here to the forum.
That's right, because the convention's from 7 to 10. What was security like for you getting in? Was it a long line?
It was not long for us, and I was actually surprised. I mean, you walk through a magnetometer. They inspected my jacket. I'm sure they looked at her purse. But the barricade, the security perimeter around the Times Forum is really impressive from what I've seen so far.
Kristen Vander-Plas, what was your experience with security? And I understand I got a text from one of your fellow Texas delegates that your bus got lost.
We did. We sort of got a scenic view of downtown Tampa for about an hour and a half on our way home today. But our bus driver and our security escort, they were great. So we got in a little bit late, but we actually walked in just in time for the pledge and for the national anthem. So it turned out fine. But man, security was great. They were very efficient. We got through in probably a matter of a minute and a half, and I brought my iPad and everything. They inspected it quickly, got us through. So it was terrific.
Kristen, you mentioned that you have a security escort with your delegation buses.
We do. We have either a sheriff's deputy or a Secret Service agent or a police officer of some kind on every bus with the Texas delegation.
Why is that?
I assume it's just because of protesters and to make sure he's also the one who steps off and securely signs us off as we enter the secure perimeter. So maybe it's that a member of law enforcement has to sign us off.
Now, did either of you, and Kristen, we'll start with you, did either of you see any of the protesters that have been around town?
We definitely saw some on our scenic tour of downtown. We saw some Code Pink people who were yelling at us, waving banners, and then we saw a few others. I'm uncertain what group they were with, but they were yelling, and they had a lot of security around them, making sure it was obvious what bus we were. They could see our cowboy hats through, and they were kind of hurling insults at us. But
Joseph Brannan, what about you in Georgia? What was your experience like?
We have not seen that much. To be honest with you, I was actually surprised that we have not. There's been a few one-off folks with signs or something like that, but nothing where they've approached us or said anything disparaging or disrespectful to us.
Well, we really appreciate both of your times today. Joseph Brannan of Georgia, who is on the floor. You can see the convention going on behind him. And also Kristen Vander-Plas of Texas, who stepped into a stairwell so that she could update us on her activities. Joseph and Kristen, look forward to talking with you later.
Thanks, Peter.